Kenom and Enew left for Dome 7. Enew thought to himself that those Flextons need a good thrashing for what they've done to those poor Vertons. He couldn't wait to see what kind of punishment Kenom was going to hand out to those barbarians. When they got to Dome 7 and went in, they found it almost completely empty. The patrolman who was at the duty desk the day before was gone, and another much smaller patrolman was in his place. "Patrolman Kenom, to see Master Lector, please." "Certainly, go right in," was the reply. Kenom and Enew found Master Lector sitting pensively at his desk. He looked very depressed. "Hello, Master Lector," said Kenom. May I introduce my good friend Enew? He is stationed with me." "Hello, Patrolman Kenom, Patrolman Enew. It's a pleasure to meet you." Enew said nothing. He just nodded. He was moved at what a frail yet intelligent-looking man Master Lector was, not nearly the ogre he thought him to be. Where's your lords, Master?" asked Kenom. "They are all in the detaining unit. They have voluntarily surrendered themselves to be shipped back to Flexton to face court-martial. They leave on the supply ship tomorrow. Also tomorrow I will inform Commander Finloy of what has transpired here in Dome 7. I intend to offer him my resignation." "I see," said Kenom quietly. Master Lector continued, "We cannot have this sort of corruption up here in OB. It threatens the entire operation, and those men will pay the price for what they have done." Enew felt a little embarrassed at his prejudice towards these Dome 7 Flextons. Perhaps he had been a little too harsh in his judgment. Kenom felt more saddened from what he had heard than delight as he looked at this poor old man. He paused for a moment, then said, "I can't help feeling a little responsible for this, Master Lector. Perhaps—" "No," said Master Lector, "my lords have betrayed me and the entire command. It is my responsibility." "Still," replied Kenom, "I wish you would reconsider." Now it was Master Lector who was surprised by what he heard. He thought that punishing the lords and his resignation would make the Zimmnellians happy. He stammered for a bit, not knowing how to respond. Kenom continued, "Perhaps if your lords were to be reassigned, that would be punishment enough. True, it is bad thinking on their part, but bad thinking can always be replaced with good thinking, with a little forgiveness." Master Lector again was at a loss for words. But there's no place to send these men. Every dome already has a full complement of lords. There's no place to reassign them." "Who is in charge of the sports dome?" asked Kenom. "Well, no one really," said Master Lector. "We just all use it when we need it." "I see," said Kenom. "Why don't we, with your permission of course, put them in charge of the sports dome? They certainly are qualified to run it." "Oh, yes, indeed they are," said Master Lector. But they should be punished." Kenom interrupted. "Well, it's settled then. I will inform the Central Dome Command of your decision to volunteer your lords to work in the sports dome. They shall be called Sports Dome Lords. Again, with your permission, of course." "Oh, yes, of course. I know Commander Finloy will be pleased to hear your decision," said Kenom. "He loves sporting events, you know. And as for your resignation, I'm sure he wouldn't hear of it. You are much too close to retirement for that. I will report to Commander Finloy that the Verton situation has been resolved, and that Dome 7 is cooperating fully. He need not be troubled with all the details. Are we agreed?" Yes, that would be most kind of you." Before they left, Kenom handed Master Lector the papers 45 gave him. "Oh yes, one more thing, Master Lector. Would you be so kind as to see that these supplies are brought out to the Vertons?" "Yes, of course, right away," said Master Lector. When they were out of earshot of Master Lector, Enew whispered in Kenom's ears, "You handled that with such intelligence and sensitivity that, well, you made me proud to be a Zimmnellian. You are an extraordinary man." Kenom looked at Enew out of the corner of his eyes and smiled.